Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This is Eric with Natural Breaks, and wanted to give you all a little bit of an update and share a couple stories with you. It's been a couple of weeks since we've shared anything on social media. Mark and I have been busy buying cards and acquiring inventory. We're really looking forward to our first break coming up here in just a couple of weeks. We've got all of our equipment ready and our setup, so we've been working behind the scenes to get ready to bring y'all a lot of fun breaks coming up here over the summer. But I wanted to share just a few stories about kind of how I got started in the hobby and with collecting. And started out with the very first card I ever had or ever got, and this is a Hank Aaron. This is a 1975 Topps Hank Aaron, and kind of funny story how I got this card. There was a girl in my elementary school class. Tippy was her name, and she gave me this card from her brother's collection. I I doubt that her brother knew that she gave away a Hank Aaron card, and I'm not sure if I was more excited about getting a card from the Home Run King or the fact that a little girl that I thought was kind of pretty cute gave me the card. But this was the very first card I had, a Hank Aaron from 1975. He had one more regular series Topps card in 1976, covering those couple of seasons he spent with the Brewers. So that's really what got me started in the hobby. The next card that really got me excited. This is a card from Topps from 1980, and this was an interesting set of NBA cards that Topps did. As you can see, this is Larry Bird, Dr. J, and Magic, all on the same card. They're perforated between each card, so you could break them apart if you wanted to. And what's so cool about this card, not just that it's got three of the biggest stars of the NBA from the 1980s on it. I got this card by buying a couple of packs from the general store in Rocky Comfort, Missouri. Rocky Comfort's where my grandparents lived and had a little store you could walk down to and get some Cokes and some snacks. And I bought this card, bought those packs back in the early 80s. The population of Rocky at the time was probably, I don't know, 100 people. I mean, just a tiny little place, barely even exists. And this is one of the most iconic NBA cards in the history of collecting. And you can't see it really well. The corners are a little bit damaged. It's certainly not a mint condition card. What's so funny about that is I've still got the rest of the cards from those two packs I bought. They're in pristine condition. But this one I thought was so cool. That I, of course, took it out all the time and looked at it and sorted it and played with it. And it's not that great shape, but it sure means a lot to me. So a couple big cards that I got there in the late 70s and early 80s. And then the last card I wanted to kind of share with you that was the white whale, right, of collecting for me when I was a kid. My favorite player growing up was Steve Garvey with the Dodgers, first baseman for the Dodgers, MVP, All Star, should be in the Hall of Fame. In fact, you can see behind me a little bit a poster of Garvey that hung on my room as a kid growing up. And this 1972 Topps high number card, this was his second card issued by Topps. 1971 was a rookie card. This card was difficult to find. One, it was a high number card, number 686. So the high number cards in the 72 set were hard to find anyway. And then that 72 set was just hard to find singles of. And then when you did find it, for a 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old kid, way too expensive. Anything that I could ever hope to own. But I eventually acquired it. It was something that I chased for years and years. And this was the last card that I got to complete my Garvey collection. I've got all of the regular issue Topps, Donruss, and Fleer cards of Steve Garvey. And this was the one that I wanted most of all. So just wanted to share a little bit of personal story about how I got in the hobby. These are the three cards that really kind of mean a lot to me as a collector. My first card, my first real iconic card, and then the card of my childhood baseball hero that was hard to get. So appreciate y'all spending a little time with us this afternoon. Keep watching our social media. We'll be posting when we get that first break ready to go. And as always, we love cards. How was that?
Right.
Is it worth keeping?
Sure, why not?
I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, all right.